The air was filled with the sweet promise of new beginnings for two wonderful couples. First, there were Liam and Chloe. They were high school sweethearts. Their love story was as comfortable as a favorite old sweater. They had always known they would get married someday. For them, a wedding was about family and tradition. They pictured a classic church ceremony. The pews would be filled with everyone they had ever known and loved. They imagined a big, joyful reception afterward. There would be lots of laughter and dancing. It was a dream they had quietly built together over many years, a dream that felt solid and true. Then there was Ben and Maya. Their love was a whirlwind romance. They met on a trip abroad and fell in love under a sky full of stars. Their dream for a wedding was just like their love story, adventurous and unique. They didn't want a traditional church or a big hall. Instead, they dreamed of saying their vows on a sandy beach. The sound of the ocean waves would be their wedding music. They wanted a small, intimate gathering. Only their closest friends and family would be there. Their vision was less about grand tradition and more about a personal, heartfelt moment that was entirely their own. Both couples sat down with notebooks and hopeful hearts. Liam and Chloe spread their notes on their cozy kitchen table. They talked about the flowers their mothers loved and the songs their grandparents danced to. Their conversation was full of happy memories and shared history. They wanted their wedding to honor the families that had raised them. Every choice was a nod to their past and a step toward their future. Their planning felt like adding another beautiful chapter to a book they had been writing together for a long time. They smiled as they imagined the familiar faces in the crowd. Meanwhile, Ben and Maya sketched their ideas while sitting on a park bench. They talked about sunsets and seashells. Their planning was fueled by excitement and creativity. They wanted their wedding to be a reflection of their journey. They discussed writing their own vows and having a bonfire on the beach after the ceremony. Their dream was about creating a new tradition, one that started with just the two of them. The thought of it made their hearts beat faster. Each couple, in their own special way, was beginning to turn their beautiful dreams into a plan for the most important day of their lives. The first big task for any couple is finding the perfect place to say I do. For Liam and Chloe, this meant visiting local venues. They started with the charming old chapel on the town square. Its stained glass windows cast colorful patterns on the floor. It felt peaceful and right. Then they looked at a grand ballroom at a historic hotel. It had sparkling chandeliers and a huge dance floor. Chloe could almost hear the music playing. They carefully weighed their options. They thought about which place would feel most welcoming to their large group of guests. The decision was important. The venue would be the heart of their celebration. Ben and Maya's search was a little different. They didn't look at ballrooms or chapels. Instead, they drove along the coast, searching for the perfect stretch of sand. They wanted a place that felt secluded and magical. One beach was too crowded with tourists. Another was too rocky. Finally, they found a hidden cove. The sand was soft and golden, and the water was a brilliant blue. It was protected by gentle cliffs. As they stood there with the wind in their hair, they knew they had found their spot. It was a place where their unique love story could unfold. Next came the exciting part, choosing the outfits. Chloe went dress shopping with her mother and her sister. She tried on many beautiful gowns. Some were simple and elegant, others were covered in lace and beads. When she stepped out in a classic A-line dress with a long flowing veil, her mother's eyes filled with tears. Chloe looked in the mirror and saw a bride. She felt a rush of pure joy. At the same time, Liam went with his father to a tailor. He chose a sharp classic black tuxedo. It made him stand tall and proud, ready to wait for his bride at the altar. Ben and Maya wanted their outfits to match their beachy theme. Maya found a simple bohemian-style dress made of light, airy fabric. It was perfect for walking on the sand. It made her feel free and beautiful. She decided to wear flowers in her hair instead of a veil. Ben chose a light linen suit in a sandy color. He planned to go barefoot for the ceremony. Their choices were relaxed and personal. They wanted to feel comfortable and completely themselves on their special day. Each outfit was a piece of the puzzle, bringing their wedding vision to life. With the biggest decisions made, the couples turned to the smaller yet equally important details. The guest list was a major focus for Liam and Chloe. They sat together for hours, writing down names. There were aunts, uncles, cousins, and old family friends. Their list grew longer and longer. It was a happy task, but also a little overwhelming. They wanted to include everyone who had been a part of their lives. Each name represented a cherished connection. They carefully addressed each invitation, imagining the smiling faces that would soon fill the church pews. Their big wedding was truly a celebration of community. Ben and Maya's guest list was much shorter. They invited only their parents, siblings, and a handful of their dearest friends. For them, intimacy was key. They wanted to be able to spend quality time with every single person who came. Writing their small list was easy and joyful. They chose simple, rustic invitations that hinted at their beach theme. They even included a hand-drawn map to the hidden cove. Their planning felt personal and handcrafted. They were creating an experience, not just an event. The small size of their gathering made every single guest feel incredibly special and valued. During this time, the couples experienced a whirlwind of emotions. Chloe felt a constant buzz of excitement. She spent her evenings looking at flower arrangements and cake designs. Every little choice made the wedding feel more real. But sometimes, a wave of nervousness would wash over her. Would everything go perfectly? Would everyone have a good time? Liam was her rock. He would hold her hand and reassure her. He was calm and steady, focused on the most important thing, marrying the love of his life. Their journey was a mix of thrilled anticipation and quiet jitters. Ben and Maya were also riding an emotional roller coaster. Their excitement was tied to the adventure of it all. They loved that they were doing things their own way. They felt creative and alive. But planning a wedding far from home also brought its own worries. What if it rained on their wedding day? What if they forgot some important detail? They learned to lean on each other. When Maya felt anxious, Ben would make her laugh. When Ben felt stressed, Maya would remind him of their beautiful dream. Together, they navigated the ups and downs, their bond growing stronger with every decision they made. As the wedding dates grew closer, everything started coming together. For Liam and Chloe, their home filled with wedding-related items. The spare room held stacks of favor boxes and seating charts. Chloe's beautiful dress hung carefully in her closet, a secret waiting to be revealed. The phone rang often with happy calls from relatives confirming their travel plans. A sense of joyful chaos filled their days. They attended their menu tasting, sampling delicious foods for their reception. Each bite was a taste of the celebration to come. Their big, traditional wedding was taking shape, piece by loving piece. Ben and Maya were busy with their own final preparations. They confirmed the booking for the small beach house where their families would stay. They practiced the vows they had written for each other. Their words were full of love and private promises. Maya wove tiny seashells into her floral crown. Ben created a playlist of their favorite songs to play during their beach bonfire. Their planning felt like crafting a beautiful, personal gift for each other. Every detail was infused with their story. They were not just planning a party, they were designing the first day of the rest of their lives. In the final weeks, a deep sense of peace settled over both couples. The stress of planning began to fade away, replaced by pure anticipation. Liam would look at Chloe, busy with her lists, and feel a wave of love so strong it took his breath away. He couldn't wait to see her walk down the aisle. Chloe would catch Liam practicing his wedding speech and her heart would melt. She knew she was the luckiest woman in the world. All the little details no longer seemed so important. All that mattered was that soon, they would be husband and wife. Ben and Maya felt that same sense of calm. They walked along their chosen beach one last time before the big day. They held hands and watched the sunset paint the sky in shades of pink and orange. They talked about their future, not just the wedding day. They dreamed of the travels they would take and the home they would build. The wedding was a beautiful beginning, a doorway to a lifetime of adventures together. As the date of June 15, 2025 approached, both couples were ready. Their hearts were full, and they were looking forward with joy, eager to finally say I do.